Baha Mar Resort's nickname is the playground for billionaires in the Bahamas. Of course, most of us visiting are not billionaires. So, how can we be smart with our money and still have the best vacation ever? Baha Mar is one of my favorite places. But let's be real, it's also an expert in separating you from your money. I'm breaking down hacks to stretch your budget and avoid accidentally overpaying for things. Now, let's start saving you some money. All right, you just landed in Nassau. But do not go straight to the resort. Ask your driver if you could stop by a local grocery store. Now, prices on some things will probably be higher than you're used to at the grocery store, but compared to buying things at the resort, this grocery store is a clearance sale, okay? And while you're at the store, the most critical item on your grocery list needs to be water. Buy a case of water. Buy a gallon of water if they have it. You'll think there's no way water can cost this much, but buy it anyway. Here's why. The hotel will provide reusable water bottles like this one. These are usually free and just waiting in your room. And they're your best friend. You'll save so much money by refilling these. If you don't bring in your own water, they'll probably charge you for a big bottle of water for the table. With that in mind, just treat your suitcase like a pantry. Seriously. Leave the fifth pair of shoes at home and pack a bag of snacks instead. The price of food is just a crime scene for your wallet if you're not careful. And here is a top tip if you drink. You're typically allowed to bring one bottle of wine or spirits in your checked bag into the Bahamas. And a cocktail at the resort pool could be $25 after taxes and fees. But definitely be careful packing it. You don't want it to break open. Trust me on that one. Double check with your specific airline and the current Bahamian customs regulations. I'm trying to save you money, not get you detained. The pool chair situation. If you want to have VIP treatment without the VIP cost of a cabana, you need to know about the pool chair hierarchy. Look, the cabanas are beautiful, but they're $500 or more for one day. On a trip, when you're trying not to overspend unnecessarily, this is not the move. Instead, go online and reserve a lounge chair at the same pool. And you're buying that chair for the entire day. You can leave for lunch, swim around, take a nap in the room, come back, and your chair is still yours. Here's why it's the smarter way to spend your money. You get the best pool seats available, either front row or in the edge of the pool even. And most importantly, there's no waking up early to save it. And if a chair's available, you can also just walk up and scan a QR code to reserve that chair the same day. Don't worry, you don't have to pay money just to sit down at the pool. Just to be clear, the majority of the pool chairs are completely free and on a first-come, first-served basis. Now, for your lunches, you can skip a full sit-down meal and head to the beach. Right at the edge of the boardwalk and the beach are the Airstream food trucks. We have El Jefe, Street Bird, and Nosh. It's easier and faster and cheaper than eating at one of the main restaurants at lunchtime. I have a whole video on which restaurants are worth the money, and which ones you might want to skip in this same playlist if you want to check that out later. Okay, we need to talk about Bahamas Math. The price you see on the menu at restaurants is not the final price you'll pay. First of all, there's a 10% tax called VAT, and usually a 15% service charge on top of that automatically added to your bill. That's 25% more than the price listed. Make sure you're fully utilizing everything your resort fee covers. The massive Baja Bay water park included. The kayaks and the water hammocks included. Seeing the tortoises and the flamingos included. Make that resort fee work for you. But if you do want to explore off the resort, you definitely need to try this Swimming with Pigs boat tour. I've put a link to that one in the description. The most unexpected cost is sunscreen. You might think packing one bottle is enough. It's not. And once you're here, the prices skyrocket. Little forgotten items add up so quickly at the resort prices. So bring more sunscreen than you think you need. Mornings at Baha Mar are spectacular. But you know what's not spectacular? Waiting in a long line and then paying a fortune for it every day. I know this is a controversial opinion, but I just use the machine in my hotel room for coffee. Housekeeping will replenish your coffee pods for no charge. You could even call down to the front desk for extra coffee pods. What do you think though? Are you on team in-room coffee or no? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's talk about what could be the single biggest money saver of your whole trip. And it's before you even get on a plane. The pricing for the 3 hotels at Baha Mar fluctuate. If you book a trip during spring break or Christmas, you're not paying the same rate as someone who books an off week in October. So check several different dates for your trip to see if one week is significantly cheaper. I hope these tips help you spend your money wisely and don't have you overpaying for things. I actually put together a whole guide with all the best free things to do at Baha Mar. You can watch that video right here.